St. Louis Visionary Awards honors women for their advocacy and contribution to the arts in our city. Cynthia Prost is a board member of the St. Louis Visionary Awards, and the ceremony is coming up. I should also mention that you're president and CEO of Arts and Education Council. So you are someone who could speak on the arts, such a strong element to our city. What do you love about the arts here?
I love that they're so varied and deep and readily accessible. So, on any given weekend, and as a funder, we're particularly plugged in, but on any given weekend in Grand Center, there's so many different sort of struggling theater performances, the symphony, so you can sort of experience the biggest and then the smallest.
Mm-hmm. And then we come to the Visionary Awards, which has been around for a while, and that honors women in the arts. What a great award. Do you want to talk about this year's honorees?
Well, this year's honorees, we've got Lana for major contributor to the arts, Asha Premachanda for Outstanding Art Educator, Allison Felter with Opera Theater of St. Louis, Outstanding Arts Professional, Antoinette Carroll, who runs the Creative Reaction Lab for Community Impact Artist, Yvonne Osei for Emerging Artist, and Cheeraz Gormon for Outstanding Working Artist.
And we've got Cheeraz and Lana here in studio that we're going to talk to next. And we've got a full group photo that we might as well bring up that was taken by Diane Anderson. And so the big ceremony, the big award ceremony is coming up, and what can people expect there?
Well, it's 2 weeks from yesterday, so it's April 23rd, Monday night. It begins at 6 o'clock, and it's at the Sun Theater. And what's different about it is we actually do the ceremony part of it at 6. So don't be late if you're going to come. Don't think you can come and have a drink and sneak in. We start right at 6 o'clock, and the ceremony lasts about an hour. Obviously, we give out all the awards. We hear very inspiring remarks from all the honorees, and we've got some surprise performances in there too. And then after the ceremony, we adjourn to an adjoining tent and have lots of food and drink and lots of people pack in to that
It's
reception.
Very fun. I mean, pretty much
fun.
Everyone in the arts, sort of St. Louis arts community is there. And we just had a photo, we might throw it back up again, too, of the chairs of this year's awards.
Yes, Marcella Hahn, who is the Senior Vice President with Centene Corporation, and Susan Sherman, who's founding board member for the Fashion Fund, the driving force behind the Fashion Incubator, and a well-known arts and fashion aficionado in St. Louis.
There's that photo of them. So when we look at this year's honorees, talk about the process, the nomination process. I mean, how does this happen? How are these extraordinary women selected?
Well, the nomination process opens up in the fall, and we just reach out into the community and ask for nominations. They're all sort of submitted online on the visawards.org website. And then there's a panel of past honorees, board members who get together and select the honorees in each category. It's a labor of love because we get so many nominations, and we can only give out 7 awards. It's a year. That's the only time we have. But we always say, well, you got to save something for next year because there's so many worthy women who are doing so much to advance the arts in our community, and we just want to shine the spotlight on all of them. Our founders, Sarah Burke, our recent co-founders, Sarah Burke and Kim Eberline, always say we want to hear their stories, and that's why they work so hard since 2015 to pull this event back together, because it had laid dormant for a couple of years.
I mean, and to your point, there are so many amazing women who are really contributing artists in the community, as well as holding up the arts community here in St. Louis. It is hard. It's hard. It's hard to narrow down.
And once we're through with the program for this year, we always look at each other and say, oh my gosh, how are we ever going to top this next year? And there's always people that bubble up to the surface that are doing amazing work. So
that's why we have to keep it going, because it's just more and more people to honor. Well, thank you so much for coming here.
Welcome.
We've got some information there for you on the screen to go check it out. It's April 23rd. It's the 2018 St. Louis Visionary Awards. You can go have a great time, see the award ceremony, and as Cynthia mentioned, you can have drinks and hors d'oeuvres afterwards. For more information, go to visawards.org or call 314-289-4108. Again, that's Monday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Sun Theater in Grand Center. But stay with us at STL Live. We're going to have more with the St. Louis Visionary Awards right after this break.